Hey y'all, Jedi here. We got some news updates for Dragonheir. So for those of you who don't have Discord, I just wanted to review everything that they just announced. For starters, game is launching September 19th for Season 1, so everyone will be able to download and play when that comes out. And there will be a lot of changes, which they've been promising. A lot of it looks really promising. So to get into the notes they released, for the beginning, we have the map and story. They have announced there will be a new underground sandbox that's coming at global launch with new challenges and new quests. And then they announced for the story mode that they basically the question was, will the story be updated in global launch? And their answer was to ensure that players have more immersive, rewarding, complex experience. They've added a substantial amount to the storyline and of the plains and underground new map and the global launch. So there's going to be a new map, new parts of story for the story when this game launches. So for those of you who like the story portion, we're going to get a lot more of that. Now, going down into that, they're asking if the population for the character creator will be, if there will be any more. Basically, they're just adding the lizard folk to the character creator. So whenever you make your character, you'll be able to select that. For those of you who are coming into this game, when the beginning of the season starts and you make a character, basically there's going to be 4 classes you can choose. Whatever you choose, your character stays that for the entire season. So let's see what we got on here. Just epic. So for instance, I picked a dwarf, so it stays dwarf the entire season. Now they ask about what's going to be happening with the elemental affinities. So as a reminder for those of you who may not realize or may have forgotten, these elemental affinity pair-ups that we have, quick example coming in here right now, fire and radiance go together. This one has poison fire, so we get the elemental affinity from this poison ice right here added in together. But these are all going to rotate around. So next season, we don't know what it will be yet, but this is going to switch. So you could end up with like poison fire and ice radiant, or something along those lines. So these will change. So it's going to change up how our team comps are going to be. So that's good to know. And then they talk about the artifacts. People were asking if there's going to be more artifacts, because the artifacts do seem kind of limited, which is true. But so they're saying that they're going to add over 20 new artifacts. So that's going to be quite a bit. That'll be good to see for sure. See, I'm going to set this team up so we can keep running this in the background. This is my weekly runs that we're doing right now. Who did we miss? Alexandra. I can't forget about hers. Okay. Add that on there. So all these artifacts that we get, we're getting 20 more. That's going to be pretty nice. We definitely need that. Now, there's another question on there that says there are not enough rewards from quests and events, and some rewards cannot be obtained by the average player in a reasonable amount of time. So they've stated that in global launch, they will be improving reward contents and reducing the acquisition threshold for some rewards. So it should be easier to unlock rewards in the new seasons when it comes out, and there should be more rewards to unlock from what they're saying. Then they had another question of, when I encounter difficulties in game, I often need to spend half the day working it out. Is there a better way to seek help? So they're saying at global launch, they're going to have a built-in AI Q&A wizard to answer all sorts of questions. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. I do know they added the team lineups where you can see what teams other people are using whenever you're having issues with dungeons. Then their next one is, there are too many heroes. Which do you recommend for development early on? And who's the best choice for each different dungeon? So basically they're just showing that they're going to promote communication and exchanges among players to help people be more strategic in building teams, which that's what I do on my channel. I try to show off the teams that I'm building. I'm doing it as a free-to-play low spender, but as the game goes on, I unlock more champions. Of course, my account's going to get a lot stronger, and that's going to affect how other people can see my teams. So for me, I'm going to try to basically build teams that are going to be both free to play and then still work on my legendaries when the new seasons come out. So hopefully that helps you guys out, but they're saying they're going to promote some communication among the players to hopefully assist with that. So basically join the Discord. People are going to be helping each other out in there a lot. Now moving on to the next portion of their little Q&A, they're saying that they will add another XP type dungeon, kind of like the Goblin's Lair, that's going to be in the new area they're going to unlock for us. So to me, it looks like we're going to have the same like 3 areas we have now, plus a 4th area unlocked, and that one's probably going to unlock before the in-game area. It looks like it's going to have some extra dungeons and stuff to do. Now they had a question on their Q&A. It says the dungeon reward items are limited and some dungeons are not challenging enough in late game. They're saying in global launch, new content will be added to the Pillar of Trials and the Fey Meander, posing players with even more of a challenge. So it looks like they're going to add a little bit to those to make them a little harder. Also, they're saying that there will be limited legendary artifacts and limited epic heroes that are going to be exclusive and not even obtainable through purchases. So it looks like during this next season we will have rewards that we can unlock for champions, which that will be pretty cool. So we'll be able to get champions through season 1. Those will carry on to the next seasons, and if they don't rotate them in, then it's going to be your only chance to get them. They have a question of will there be any other new dungeon designs for the games. Basically, they said that there's going to be a season dungeon. They will notify everyone on the server before the season dungeon opens. So we'll get a season dungeon that we'll be able to play, but the other dungeons looks like they're probably going to be the same. I do know previously in another Q&A they had made a statement that they'll kind of change up the mechanics a little bit for each dungeon to change the difficulty of them and make it so you have to do different teams. But reading this, it looks like the dungeons will be the same, but they're going to add that season dungeon. And then there will be season events where you can require limited legendary heroes and artifacts, and they'll be exclusive to the season dungeon, so they won't be available through summons, purchases, or any other means. So we are going to have legendaries and artifacts that are going to be just through that new season dungeon, so that'll be pretty cool to have. And then their last one is about the alliance system. They say the alliance system has very few quests and events. Will you consider adding more related activities? And their responses is that they would like the alliance to hold a greater role in the game, promoting a sense of community and belonging. The cap of alliance members is going to be increased to 50. There's going to be a new alliance PvP mode added, and the structure of the temporal vortex will be revamped, and corresponding alliance rankings will be introduced. The challenge mode difficulty selection will also be optimized for the vortex boss that we definitely need. So this is looking like some really good updates. I think the biggest takeaways are going to be that we're going to get that season dungeon, we're going to get limited rewards throughout it, and then a reminder that the affinities will rotate, so we'll be able to use different teams. And then the biggest one, everyone comes to these games for the heroes. We are getting 60 new heroes. So this is looking really good, going through their things. They do have some other updates on the Discord, so I recommend you guys follow my link, join the Discord on the bottom. You can go and read through those yourself, but I just kind of try to highlight the main ones that they address. Anyways, that's it for this video. Hope y'all have a good one. We'll let this dragon finish running so we can see what our rewards are from this. These weekly dungeons have been pretty fun. I mostly seem to get epic scrolls. I haven't gotten a lot of legendary from it, so kind of hope they give us a way to get some legendary scrolls next season, you know. Let's see where we're at with this. There we go, got that legendary scroll, sweet. Anyways guys, that's it for this video. Y'all have a good one.